here for our monthly update. Thanks for joining us, and be sure to share this video when we're over. How are you?
I'm great. Glad to be back on board, and I know there's so many different things that are going on. We have to schedule this around Planning Commission and Board of Commissioners meetings. That means that there's a steady influx of new businesses to talk about, so that's always exciting.
Yeah, and this month we had to work around Chili Tuesday, a couple days ago. So try to keep you updated with some of the projects. A few of these you may have seen on last month or even the month before, but we'll try to keep you current on what's going on with where they're at in the pipeline and in the process. So if you want to zip through some of the city projects.
Yeah.
And, I know this is a big one. I heard you talking about it on the Coleman Show the other day.
Yeah, the Mount Juliet Special Census. The running joke I keep having is I get paid per person that signs up, and I get to keep my job. But no, this is obviously the number one priority at the Mount Juliet City Hall is just getting people to sign up for their special census. And you think about it, you need to be within the city limits, obviously. We want to get that count because if you look at it, we have a little bit north of 39,000 in 2020. Say, for instance, and we know there's a lot of people that are choosing Mount Juliet over a lot of other cities, if we have 45,000 here, we want to get that 6,000 plus count because that's money that we feel like we're deserved from the state. The state will give an allocation of tax money towards every municipality. Now, if we have 6,000 more people, we've done the average. Each person above 39,000 will get us an additional $170 per person. You look at the responsibility that the city of Mount Juliet has to have to count those people so we can continue to deliver these elite city services that you depend on from us, like fire, EMS, like police, government tasks like sewer billing, and just anything that falls under that umbrella. We're asking less from you with your property taxes and your sales tax if you fill out this census. So it's our responsibility. We're trying to lessen the burden on the taxpayer. So fill out your census, mjcensus.org. We're also doing some business giveaways leading up till Christmas. We feel, Mark, as this is a way the city, and it's kind of led by Kenny Martin, to not only invest in our businesses, but also promote them as well and give people an incentive that haven't filled out the MJ Census yet to do so. And we're doing really good on that so far.
Businesses that would like to get their plug in, they're more than welcome. I'm assuming that they can supply you a gift card or something to be put into the kitty for those drawings.
Absolutely, and what we're looking at is we're always trying to promote the businesses. My job is the same as Mark Hinesley's, is the same as anybody else with the chamber. We want everybody to thrive just because we're so dependent on that sales tax. So not only are we going to promote your business, somebody's going to spend that gift card at your business, probably spend a little bit more at your business. So really, it's an economic boom. It makes the world go around in the city of Mount Juliet. So just reach out to myself, Kenny Martin, anybody at City Hall, and we'll make sure to love on your business as much as we can.
I'm going to guess, depending on the size of the gift card, you might even come out and do a on-site video.
Yes, that's our plan. I mean, if we get north of 100 businesses, it's going to be hard to do that by Christmas, but we will. The city of Mount Juliet has never had a problem with loving on a business, and we want to do that just because, I mean, seriously, Mark, we're so dependent on these businesses doing well, and we're so thankful, even in this climate, that most are doing well.
It's when you were talking about the 170, it's not a we win and get something and Lebanon or Nashville gets less. I mean, that's money that the state allocates, per person to distribute the sales tax. So some would argue that you almost have a responsibility to do a special census and keep it. And the only thing that's keeping us from getting the money that really should be going to the citizens here are people that maybe, for whatever reason, decide not to fill it out. And I hope that it's pretty minimal. I mean, you're only asking for their name and the kid's name in the house.
And how many are in the house, which is a tenth less than what AT&T is going to ask you, or Verizon, if you sign up for a Big Brother cell phone. And I understand people that are, the government wants my money. Well, we feel like we have to get that to give you the best services we can. Last time we did anything with our property tax, we lessened it to 11 cents. You can find anywhere that gives you Mount Juliet city lifestyle and also 11-cent property tax. I encourage you to let me know and use that as maybe a place that you want to live. There's only one place in Tennessee. It's called Mount Juliet.
You'd be hard-pressed to find some place that had half the services for 4 times the tax. But
they got it really good.
And some of the things that maybe we we take for granted a little bit that all you have to do is get take a little road trip a couple of miles either way, and it's not the same. I mean, what you got a crew of 6 to 10
Yes, sir.
on the City Beautiful Committee,
Right.
whose job is to keep the city beautiful.
Right.
And you just almost don't find litter along the road. If it's there, somebody's picking it up pretty quick. Well, that costs money. But I think whether you're talking about high taxes, low taxes, appropriate taxes, and we're getting a lot of bang for our buck. So let's help us out. If you're not sure where to shop, you can go to www.mjchamber.org and you can sort by category, and chances are we can get it here. If we don't have it, ask and they'll get it for you, right?
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
So we got, you had a great weekend last weekend at the park.
Yes, sir. We had probably north of 12,000 at Halloween in the park, which was more than last year. As Rocky Lee keeps saying, we continue to set records. That is, a service as well. Our Parks and Rec, the lifestyle that they can provide you with your taxpayer dollars. So we always have huge events coming up, and on our calendar, really the fall is the busiest. Had another great turnout, and just want to thank all the vendors that were there, all the food trucks, and really the citizens that came out. That's who we do it for, and it just gives us a lot of joy when we leave Saturday and we're like, we had another good event. We want to put on another one next year.
I think, and I don't want to, nobody wants to be the jinx or whatever, but something else that I think at the end of the day can take a lot of satisfaction in is that many people, and I doubt if there was even a red light or a blue light that had to come on.
And that just speaks. We had the same thing 2 years ago at the City of Mount Juliet celebration.
That's right.
Presented by Volunteer State Bank. There wasn't a blue light that went on. It's just like, where, again, I task you, where can you find a city where that happens at? It's Mount Juliet. I mean, I saw something on Facebook a couple of months ago. I wish somebody reminded us of the good old days during the good old days. Well, we're living the good old days in Mount Juliet, and we have our best years ahead of us.
Yeah, so that was a big one. I know you had a pickleball tournament that was very successful. That money went to the
Animal
shelter.
It'd be $5,000 from Cedar Stone Bank, and we're going to present that either at a commission meeting or actually go over to the animal shelter. Probably do that in front of our elected body, and certainly thankful for Cedar Stone Bank. And we're going to run it back again next year.
Well, I heard you talking the other day on the radio about the popularity of pickleball in Mount Juliet and how hard it is sometimes to even get on a court.
Yeah.
And apparently District 4 City Commissioner Jennifer Mullally is a regular at pickleball and undefeated.
Regular is putting it mildly.
Yeah.
She's got all the clothes. We've seen a different outfit every community development meeting that she's had on, and she plays it obsessively with her friends. We like to brand ourselves as the unofficial pickleball capital of the world. I'm sure some other cities might do that, but our courts are running out, and we're looking to add more in phases of projects early on. So Mount Juliet, home of pickleball for sure.
Somebody says no, you're not. That's fine. Prove it.
Yeah, prove it.
Until they can prove it.
Burden of proof's
right?
on you.
That's it. Okay. Hey, I put some chamber dates up there on the video for you. You can zoom in on them when you want to. But we've got a lot of things going on the rest of this year, and the Christmas parade. That's a big one. That affects everybody. That's another first-class event that the city puts on with the Parks and Rec. Tons of opportunities to get involved in that. It's going to be on Saturday, December the 9th.
Yes, sir. Saturday, December 9th, and the day before will be the Christmas tree lighting with Shallow Baptist Church at the Clock Tower. Those 2 days, huge within the city of Mount Juliet. But just know, Christmas parade will start at 11. It'll have the same route as it's had in the past years. It'll go from Lebanon Road at the ballpark to North Mount Juliet Road, down that all the way to Division Street. We want to continue to try to remain as safe as possible. We'll have a safety meeting at the Christmas tree lighting the night before. Right. So not only, and that's the idea of Rocky Lee, not only are we doing safety and promoting safety, but we're getting them to the Christmas tree lighting to make that event big, where food trucks will be, where we continue to promote and shop local and small. So
doing that right across the street from the chamber over here at the Clock Tower.
Yes, sir. Yep.
I have a feeling
maybe I'll have some extra chili.
Yeah, those lights might be they might be red and green that night. Who knows, right?
Yeah.
So at the Clock Tower, take a look at the chamber calendar if you have any questions about what's going on. But those of you that have been here before, Waffle Wednesday, that's always a big one. That'll be on Wednesday, November 29th, right here at the chamber. So This is something that, once again, we're doing. It's TN Community, yellow sign behind me. You've probably seen that before. If you haven't seen it too many times, you might see it a little bit more this year. We're going to try to up our game a notch or two. The bottom line is you can swing by participating banks once a day. You can get a $10 certificate. You can go to every bank every day until they run out. $10. Take that $10 certificate to a business that's participating. They treat it like a $10 bill. They get their money back because the banks have, I think there's 9 of them, put money in to fund this. You get the free money. The business redeems it to the banks and gets their money back. And so everybody wins. And you can only get one at a time. You can probably only use one when you redeem it, and you're not going to get change back. But it's like going through the drive-thru and getting a free $10 bill. So, plus it keeps the money local because it's only going to be businesses in Wilson County that are participating. So this is a perfect opportunity. It'll hopefully drive business to maybe some of those boutiques in areas that maybe you don't normally travel. Grab a couple of $10 certificates and go in and spend some money at these local businesses. Going to all be listed on the Chamber website, TN Community. So that's another way to keep, because all that sales tax is collected. That stays right here in Wilson County as well. So the dates, this is kind of gives you a rundown on the timeline. You're going to have it for 2 weekends. You can get out and shop. When we first started, I think we had it maybe one day, Small Business Saturday or something. Feedback was people need more time. I can't get to all the places I want to. So stretched it out over a 2-weekend period. We're going to be giving them away for almost 2 weeks. No reason not to at least keep that money local. So anything you can do, we'd appreciate it. We're getting closer. We've been talking about a number of these on the screen the last few months. BJ's might be open before Christmas, it's looking like.
Yeah, looking, hoping around a Black Friday finish, maybe sometime in December, and that is going to be a huge addition to the city of Mount Juliet. People have been clamoring for a BJ's wholesale for quite some time. You've seen their plane up
That's
above, and they've got plenty of marketing dollars.
They sure do, don't they?
It's almost like the city of Mount Juliet. We're trying to market the heck out of our businesses here. And I think you can go sign up at North Mount Juliet Road where it meets the bridge, so you can get your membership, and probably at a discounted rate if you get on there early enough. Costco as well, they have their construction plans fully approved. They'll be up within a year. I think the latest I heard was sometime in May of 2024 is when they want to come on. So you look at that and the money that's going to keep here and also attract from other counties. It's really going to be a game changer in the city of Mount Juliet. I think, and I don't mean this disrespectful to anybody, but like if we were playing double and AAA ball, BJ's and Costco makes us in the big leagues, headed to the Hall of Fame.
I don't disagree. It's probably one of the largest big boxes between here and Knoxville. So I'm sure that Mount Juliet would be drawing sales tax dollars from Putnam County, Overton County, probably maybe as far as maybe even some Murfreesboro.
I haven't even thought of that, especially when you see their visibility from the interstate too on both sides. You're like, hey, let me get some lunch at Costco. Let me get some lunch at BJ's, and then you buy something else. You can't go in there and not spend $200, $300.
And when
that's why the person looks at their receipt when you leave.
And when you've spent all your money, or you think you've spent all your money, they get you for $1 hot dog on the way out the door, right? So,
well, what is that going to hurt?
I know. What's $1 at that point? So rooms to go. I'm hoping that one of these days they're able to come out of the ground and get going. They're not any different than any other business segment right now, and interest rates are up, and there's a lot of questions. I mean, it is what it is. Seen a lot of construction, commercial development, kind of maybe slowing down a little bit compared to where they were before, because you can imagine the interest rate when you're buying a house. Imagine the interest rate when you're financing a $50 million commercial project. So we're sitting in a great spot. Sales tax dollars are strong, and people are still moving here. So the need for them is still here. It just might be that they're going to slow down in some cases just a little bit. But you don't have to look too far to see dirt moving around here. So number of residential building permits, building projects at the Planning Commission last week. So let's keep our foot on the gas the best we can.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's a picture of the BJ's. haven't heard anything to otherwise, but we're still
Yeah.
hoping that Andy's is coming one of these days. This is on the building the lot beside Paper Mill on North
Correct.
Mount Juliet Road. So, you know, I could see all that kind of the confluence up there on that road kind of all coming together about the same time with, you know, the preschool opening up over by the help center, that kind of traffic and stuff. And so the future looks pretty doggone good up there on North Mount Juliet Road. And I know a lot of folks, the Chamber's been at or north of the railroad tracks, you know, for the last probably over 20 years. And there's a lot of people that haven't, you know, the North Mount Juliet area is pretty personal to them. A lot of more of the smaller mom and pop, if you will, family-owned businesses. And I know some of them that are in their, you know, third generation, you know, or more. And while they used to be on the north end, right beside City Hall, American Jewelry is one of our longest, oldest family businesses in Mount Juliet. Folks, they started business in 1974.
Wow.
They are 1 year away from being here for 50 years.
That's incredible.
So pretty excited for...
And then Shiloh Music, I think, got 100 years a couple of months ago, and it's just amazing to see that.
Rice's Country Ham, Shiloh, American Jewelry, others who've been around longer than I have in Mount Juliet. I've been here 35 years, and occasionally somebody will remind me, never mind, you're not really from here. I don't know how long you got to be here. Apparently, it's more than 35 years.
Yeah, I'll consider you a Mount Juliet.
Okay.
That's for sure.
Hey, I was born up north. I got here as quick as I could.
They're giving you a hard time.
I got here as quick as I could. Any update on the amphitheater and the Mr. Lineberry's development on Lebanon Road there around Mebcourt, Burger King area?
Still working through tons of things, but you know, it's an entertainment venue, and it's got some time to, you know, work out some kinks, but I think it's going to be a great addition to our community. I know a lot of people got excited when he posted it on Facebook. He's always tinkering with ideas, if you know Mark Lineberry, so I'm excited to hear a latest update from him, but I just think he's still working through a lot of stuff, but we're excited for it, that's for sure.
I saw a planning commission, I believe, Bluffs at Cedar Creek, isn't that a residential development or multifamily on the north side of Lebanon Road in the same general area? Again, you know, all comes together. They feed off of each other.
Absolutely.
You know, you need the rooftops and the people within walking distance to go to these businesses. Once they're there, the businesses scramble in. Okay, now how are we going to get where they want us to be? So Kiki's, we've heard about that. That's all part of the mix up there as well.
Yes, sir.
Chipotle, for those of you that enjoy Chipotle, you won't have to drive to the interstate area.
Right.
Have another one.
And the one that we got at the interstate area was a huge addition for the city of Mount Juliet too. So now we're getting two on both sides, really kind of both sides of town. A little bit easier for them to get to the one on the interstate if you're on the south side of town. So, I mean, we're getting everything everybody's ever wanted here in Mount Juliet, I think.
And
still working on organic grocery store as well. Kenny Martin will say that ad nauseum. So we have not forgotten or left it out. We're working on it.
And we haven't even opened our first Whataburger, although they're getting close. And there's already plans for a second Whataburger.
That's what I'm hearing as well.
So, here's a few other little projects. Year to date, I always like to put a plug in. How are we doing? At the end of September, we had 137 new business licenses for this calendar year. So that's tracking. Don't know if we'll get to 200 or not at 16, 17, 14 a month. We got a shot, but that's still real strong when other communities are losing that many businesses a year. So thanks for supporting the ones we have. The Power Motorsports over there off of Golden Bear. You've probably seen the sign. Hope you haven't seen it too good, because that means you're going too fast or too slow on the exit ramp. But fly by there at 50 miles an hour with 70,000 square feet. That'll be another one of those. How is Mount Juliet doing that? Where are they coming from? So, and then Ferguson Lighting in Providence. I know they're open for business now. I believe they closed down one, maybe in Lebanon over on the bypass, out towards the fairgrounds. They may have relocated. Whatever, those sales tax dollars are still going to stay right here in Wilson County. So, you know, that's always good, because whatever's good for Watertown, Lebanon's good for Mount Juliet, and the other way around. So
high tide raises all ships.
That's right. So, but you don't have to drive to Nashville to shop for your lighting appliances. Really nice store. Judd Sellers.
Maniac's Chicken. I texted him last night. I said, when's this place opening? He told me it's going to be this month. I still think it might be. And I'll say this, between you and I, we'll make sure that when they open, they're given a warm welcome. We will let everybody and their mama know. But Maniac's Chicken over there at Charlie's place where Dunkin' Donuts, Jeremiah's is. A lot going on over there. As y'all know, Judd Sellers never sleeps, always working on something. Maniacs is his latest and greatest project that we're excited about.
I sent him a note today to kind of get an update. But,
he's working.
Yep, he was a good guy. Been around, family's been here forever. And Judd Sellers, if you didn't already know, he was our Businessman of the Year last year in 2022, voted on by his peers here in the community. So I think people recognize the indelible mark he's left on our community. So he's not done yet.
He's not.
And I got to tell you, the grass over there looks real. Whoever he's got doing the grass, it always looks nice, doesn't it?
His ears are probably ringing right now.
That's all right.
We can't give him too many compliments, Mark.
Hey, you know, the roundabout at South Green Hill Road by Willoughby Station, little things like that or big things like that, they do affect people's traffic patterns, easy in and out. And anytime you throw a curve like that at people, it gives them maybe either the need or the opportunity or the have to where they can't make a trip shopping or whatever. So I'm always glad when those projects are beginning to wrap up, and I hope that it's safe as well.
Yeah.
And hats off for the slip lane. I think it's called a slip lane at Bender's Ferry and Lebanon Road. You just might not think what a little road, just that little right-hand ramp off of there can do. I promise you, I watch it every day. It's made a huge difference. So kudos. I know Grade A Construction, I think, took care of everything below the ground. But little things like that make our life easier.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. And they have for that side of town as well. And we want to let you know we made some improvements to that slip lane not too long ago, and also sent an update about the roundabout that you mentioned. Yeah. And as we like to say at the police department, an informed community is a safe community. So if you want to know about those updates and any type of changes, whether it be on your commute or when those projects are complete, subscribe to our MJ Alert system. You can find that on our city website. I think about almost 19,000 of the 40+ thousand we have here, so half are subscribed to it. Want to get that number up. Subscribe to that. You get text updates about wrecks, people on the lookout for certain people in the community that our police are on the lookout for, and infrastructure updates. It's really your one-stop shop for stuff you need as far as improvements are concerned.
Why don't we do for our viewers next month, why don't we put a snapshot up there of that?
Yeah, I should have the number memorized in my head if I was a good PIO, but it escapes me at this moment.
Well,
Mark.
I'll tell you, and you don't have to think, well, I just want the traffic alerts. I don't need all the other stuff. That's fine. If that's what you want, you can check the box. You know, if you're not interested in what's going on at Charlie Daniels Park, you don't have to get those text messages, but you can kind of pick and choose which ones you get. And personally, I think it's fantastic.
It is, and we'll do more on that the next video. But I will say, text MJ to your phone number, to the phone number 67283. So a dead clock is right twice in a day. I'm a good PIO as of 1:29.
There you go.
As the time this video was made.
You know, it's
67283. Text MJ to.
And you know, it'll save you some time if you're trying to navigate home. You know, we already have congestion at certain day parts. They let you know if there's an accident. You can kind of drive your way around from. I find it to be very helpful. It's timely. It's brief. But I always feel like I know a little bit more about what's going on. So. And I know you got people working with the police department, the fire department, city, Parks and Rec. Everybody's trying to help get their word out. And I'd have to say our community's very well connected.
No doubt. And, you know, Captain Chandler was the first PIO with the city of Mount Juliet, and then they added me on board. There's a lot of resources and a lot of care to make sure that me and him are doing our job to the best of our ability to make sure our community is informed. That is the utmost importance here.
Well, they've got a long track record. Mount Juliet years ago was in the top 10 population size in the United States for community engagement through social media. So
wow.
Tyler Chandler got us off to a great start.
Amen.
And I think he he helped show other organizations how they too could be, they could make a positive impact and keep their constituencies informed, whether those were churches. Take a look and see what the schools, I mean, they saw what you were doing, and then I think they went out and got Bart Barker. I mean, look, he's following your footsteps over here.
I take more from him than he takes from me. But real quick, with Captain, it took great boldness to start that, you know, and now other communities are trying to represent that as well. So he and the Mount Juliet Police Department really pillars in that avenue, and I'm just glad to be part of the team.
I love getting the information, and I know a lot of my friends and family do as well. Camel Car Wash is open. Whataburger, kind of right behind it.
Yes, sir.
The Houston family up at Houston's Market is working through the process to have a little bit more retail space for maybe a different business and expand their own operation. And you know, a lot of people get excited when you see a new business come in, but it warms my heart more when I see an existing business expanding and people that have been developing here keep developing and develop something else, because they're the ones, they're here, they know, and they are risking their capital because, I mean, there's not a better way to show that I believe in the future of my community by, you know, spending that kind of money and growing their business right here. So
those deserve to be celebrated.
We absolutely do. Let me see here. We mentioned, I know they're releasing the bid maybe, or engineering for the stoplight at Golden Bear and Division Street. You know, when I first heard that, I thought, boy, there's not very much traffic down there. By the time that stoplight's up, it's going to be definitely needed, because every day there seems like there's more and more traffic down there. But and you got two ways going at least 40, 45 miles an hour. So stoplight's probably a good idea right there.
Our engineers are smarter than me. They know what they're doing. I trust them.
They're quiet.
They are.
They don't talk much, but
they don't have to talk a big game like us.
They're
They're deep in the calculus.
You know, a few years ago at this time, we were, oh, I can't believe Windtree, the golf course is gone. You know, I had my wedding reception there, or we went out there after I graduated from high school. A lot of sentimental times at Windtree Golf Course over the years. But look what's happened in just a few years. I mean, they're cutting streets in there. There's homes being built. Homes are already listed for sale. So, you know, and I have a feeling that it's going to make even folks that maybe weren't in favor of having more houses, when they see what's out there, I think they're going to be pleasantly surprised. It's pretty darn nice. One of the streets I saw, I'm not a golfer, but I do know what pin high means.
Yeah.
It means you were just offline a little bit, but you picked the right club to use. One of their streets is called Pin High.
That's amazing.
I think so. It took me a minute when I was looking at it, but it all kind of made sense. The Little Sunshine Playhouse beside the Help Center, you had to admit, that had a roof, or a kind of an unusual roof line when they were doing it. But that place is turning out beautiful. I'm excited for that. It's going to give some of our families opportunities that maybe they didn't have before. So love to see that kind of investment in our community. And then want to remind everybody about shopping local. Can't say enough about that. You got anything else?
Big months upcoming for those small businesses here. And I think Shop Local Day is actually coming up. We'll heavily promote that. Always shop local. Not only does it help out your city services, it also makes somebody's day that's locally owned here and keeps them in business, which really makes Mount Juliet separate from the pack. Yeah, we talked about some big box stores, but we also have a healthy amount of those small mom and pops that put Mount Juliet cut above the rest. So please, if you can, invest in your local community.
Goes a long way.
Sure does.
Have a good rest of the day.